Hey everybody, I'm back. I've been busy. I've been really busy. I've had to clean up. I got to turn this down so I can hear. My phone is making more noise. No, I've been busy with pinball stuff. As you can see here, I got a stack here. My Flight 2000 is knocked down. I am ready for MGC. I wasn't gonna do anything till after MGC is over, but I have a kind of a deal in the works. Not sure if I do or don't. Anybody wants a travel time, check out the Poor Man's Pinball booth at MGC. Maybe able to get a deal on this. This playfield is like mint. I had two of these. One was my game, and the other one, well, they both were my game. This was gonna be my personal game, and then the other one, I was actually gonna take two and make one good machine. But after inspecting both of them, they both were good in their own rights. This one had slightly better cabinet. This one had slightly, 100% better back glass. The other one was just all flaked to hell. So I didn't need to make a good game out of two, because one clearly was the best game out of both of them. So this was going to be my personal machine that I was going to keep. And then after refurbing the last travel time, I don't feel like doing another one. It's just, you did one EM like Superstar. I did one back in 2019. I didn't need to revisit it till 2022. You know what I mean? It just was the same thing over and over again, and I don't want to do one and then let this sit here another 2 years before I feel interested in doing it again. So I'm gonna sell it. So yeah, it will be at the Poor Man's Pinball booth at MGC if anybody wants to buy it. But we have a triple action here that is kind of a deal I have going on. I don't know for sure. Put it this way, I got a possible trade deal. The triple action and some cash for, me fully refurbishing it. So I can use cash right now. You know my stuff. I get a whole 12 pack from Miss Dippin' Donuts that I'm waiting to crack into. But yeah, I figured might as well tear into this puppy and start working on it. The only thing that's bad with this, well, it's not really bad. It's missing the what do you call it? Credit unit. Whoopie-doo. Okay, if you can get a deal on anything, a good, great deal on anything, I always say go for it. So if you're getting like a really crazy, stupid deal on it, yeah, go for it. Because chances are, if it is a super great deal, you're probably going to turn around and you can flip it and make a couple bucks. So if you do the deal and you make $100, it's $100. You know what I mean? Go for it. I would definitely both. Yeah, if you're trading something you build, send me a message about those, because that sounds interesting to me. marksbasementarcade@gmail.com. That sounds interesting to me. Pin stadiums. I'm interested in pin stadiums. I'm not really interested at the pin stadium price, if you know what I mean. But yeah, shoot me an email on that. I would be totally interested in that. I am waiting for my laptop to boot up also, so I can hopefully see who's on chat. Right now it says there's 6 people watching me. So anyways, let's get into this triple action. I'm going to do what I normally do with these things. It just makes it so much easier for me. All right. I'm going to move this table a little bit. There. What makes it easier for me on these is taking out the board. Actually, let me do this. The cabinet rectifier board for old Stearns is basically what sends your power to what and how much power to what. Old Stearns and old Bally's basically share almost the same electronics. Bally's like to put them in the head. Stern also put them in the head. I may actually have one. I'm just marking where the screws were. I bought one. Well, I didn't buy it. I got it. Here we go. When I was working for MGC a year or so ago at their, what do you call it, location. Let's do this one. It was in the garbage and I asked Dan if I could grab it just to experiment with. But I never did nothing with it. It's just sitting here. But here's a rectifier board. I was just going to use it to learn soldering and stuff like that. But I never did end up using it. I just learned from, soldering on other stuff. I wanted to learn how to do more board repair. So I figured, well, this is an actual pinball part. And it would be good to use my solder sucking machine to desolder from it or whatever. But the minute I used it on something, it was just so easy. I never ever used this. So it's just been sitting in my scrap pile of electronics that I was going to use to, just mess around with stuff and take stuff apart and, learn how to solder and stuff. But I never did it. This takes your transformer takes the power in. This will regulate it to, correct me if I'm wrong, 6 volts, 190 volts, and 24 or 48 volts. I may be wrong. 48, 24 volts, I can't remember. But this splits all those up into the correct values and sends them where they need to go. You put an Altec MPU in, have not put the new rectifier powered up and it worked except for the sound. Okay, I would definitely check all your connections because if the computer powered up, I believe your soundboard should also power up too. And make sure your dip switches are correct on that Altec board because that can do some goofy stuff also. I can see something is going on this computer. So another thing too, the rectifier board, here's an example. My Williams Wildfire, very early Williams. Stern Wildfire. It's very early solid state. It has one of these, and half of it is dead. The half that is dead on it is the part that sends high voltage to my displays. So I figured, well, if I replace this to get my displays working, I also may have to rebuild my power driver board that's up in the top right of the cabinet, because that looked pretty nasty. And then I never knew if my displays actually worked or not. So I bought Wolfpack LED displays. Those use 5 volts. They get their 5 volts from the actual harness that the displays plug into, because the chips that are on the factory old like plasma displays, those used 5 volts to run them. So those boards take the 5 volts from that and run the boards. So therefore, I never had to replace my bridge rectifier on my Wildfire or rebuild that power board that's up in the top right of the cabinet, because I went to LED boards. But yeah, I would just check all your connections. Check all of them and make sure everything is right. Make sure your dip switches are right. Let's see if I can get online with my computer. But yeah, if you can get deals on that stuff, go for it. Oh, this thing is just... I'm gonna take this computer one of these days and just go like this right on the driveway and watch this thing just explode. Yeah, I think it was pretty cool that it happened that way, because when I first powered it up, I didn't have any displays. Well, I had a blown fuse before I powered it up, and I checked everything, you know, and then when I powered it up, the fuse blew on the rectifier board. So that let me know that there was something shorted on the rectifier board, and that's why I didn't have any displays. And I'm like, well, if I get that Wolfpack LED displays, I don't have to worry about that fuse that's blowing on the rectifier board, because that is what powered the high voltage to run the displays. So it was a good, what do you call it, new saver. Okay, this isn't working, so I'm just going to restart it. This computer, I swear, has no memory whatsoever. Let's swap these. Yes, it was a what do you call it? A game that I had got no history about it, nothing. So, but yeah, it had a blown fuse in the rectifier board. So I'm like, well, because I seen at the driver board. Oh, this thing was driving me nuts. I seen that the driver board was kind of smoky looking to begin with. So I figured maybe that was the issue. So I completely disconnect everything from the rectifier. The rectifier was just there by itself, hooked up to the transformer. So I put a brand new fuse in it so I could test it, get the correct voltages. And as soon as I turned it on, that fuse blew instantly. So that let me know that the rectifier board was shot to begin with. And that's loose. Alright. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to flip this up. We'll take this out. Set that there. Take this. Get this out of the way. And now, this is so much easier to work on. So much easier. And then with this, when my computer go to sleep, I hate this thing. With it like this, it is safe to lay it down like this, because the wood that's built into the bottom and the top protect it from smashing any of the bulbs or anything, or screwing up the displays. As you can see, the The counter is removed out of here. Doesn't really need it. I need to know what this is for right here. It does not look factory at all. I don't know what this jumper is for. Okay, that is weird. This is not factory. I have no idea what this is. There's two wires that come off this that can go bye-bye. And it goes to the stepper here. So I hope this machine hasn't been hacked up in any other weird ways. But this is not factory. This is some weird thing. Yeah, this goes all the way right up to here and hooks onto there. It is not needed. So what do we do with not needed parts? We cut them off. Power and sleep. It's interesting to find of what type of mods people put in machines sometimes. It's not part of the harness or anything like that. I have no idea what they were running off of it. But I do have a wire that's clipped right here. I'm guessing that was part of this. So whatever is together here, I probably will leave together. Whatever was taped together, I will get to that later on. But that is weird. Okay, come on, computer. Sleep. Let's get this to never. Oh no, that was right. Screen. Okay, that's good. All right. I am just trying to get my my laptop working. All right. So anyways, yeah, there's some hackery here. I will have to get pictures of how this all went, but I will, whatever needs to be twisted and soldered together will be. I'm guessing a lot of this does, because the power comes from here and then goes back that way, so it's got to run things. So, but yeah, somebody took the, don't know why they took the credit unit out of it. There's no reason to ever do that, you know. There's never a reason to take the credit unit out, but somebody apparently thought there was. Weird things, people. Yeah, I'm trying to get my laptop up. As you can see here, I still got a black screen. So I am trying to look on my computer that's further away and look at this at the same time. Hey, it looked like it just popped up. And I'm going to resubscribe while I'm in here. I will tell you guys how to do that. You can, what do you call it? Resubscribe. Oops, no, I want to use that. You can subscribe it if you have Amazon Prime. You can get a sub for free, a free subscription to MGC for free. think my thing should pop up. Share. There we go. There we go. Yay, I just resubscribed for 23 months. I will show you how to do that. I'll put a link up for that. There you go. There's a link on how to use Prime to get yourself a free subscription for MGC. Everything that you do for MGC goes right to MGC, and it helps keep the show alive, and it all the money goes to the show and helps everything with the show. I get nothing out of it. I just get to meet some cool people and talk to people. That's what I get out of it. It's my volunteer work that I do for Midwest Gaming Classic. So I don't know what you guys want. Do you want the overhead, or do you want the computer camera on? Which one do you want? I think you probably would want the computer camera on. Hey, what's up, Board Dog? Do you guys want this on, or do you want the overhead on? This or the overhead? What's up, Borg Dog? What is that? Did that work? There we go.
I got the ball on the left flipper. We're going to do a Kirk pass. Drop this flipper, bounce the ball over to here, nail that target, and then go special hunting. At least that's the plan.
There we go. Computer. This one. I think you guys would like that too. All right, we're going to take this apart. Show you how I take them apart. I totally just tear them apart into pieces. That's the only way I feel that these can be rebuilt properly. I've seen people just take these screws off, pull the score reel off, and clean it up and put it back together. That is a no-no in my book. My book is we rebuild everything. Everything gets rebuilt. We don't cut corners on this stuff. Alright, overhead works good. Everybody, Borg Dog is also, well, he's a friend. He's also another fellow Twitch streamer. I believe he's got a YouTube channel too. So Borg Dog, feel free to throw up everything you got so people can learn about you and your mission in life with arcade games. The more people we can get to learn about arcade games, the better this community is. And this just comes apart just like that. Now we're going to tear apart all these little pieces here. This is pretty easy. We're missing a clip here, and we're missing another clip here. There's 2 clips we're missing. That'd be about it. So we're going to take this spring off. The big spring always goes here, the little spring always goes there. Now technically, I need to get my magnet. Makes life easier when you drop stuff. Technically there should be 2 rings on here. Oh, you put everything on YouTube, Borg Dog. The reason why I say that is because it builds up your YouTube channel. Like right now, what you're seeing here, I am actually recording it. And as soon as this stream is done, I will upload it to YouTube. And then it will be there permanently on YouTube. So every one of my MGC shows go on YouTube. So therefore, I have content from this that goes on YouTube also. Plastics. Oops, we don't want to do that. Okay. Plastics. I took all my bins and I washed them, so I need to go get another bin. Another bin for plastics. So all my plastics will go into an ultrasonic cleaner like that. That will all go in there. Yes, you want your bad because you have good conversations. People get to see everything that's archived. Yes, do it. It adds content to your channel. If people watch it, you end up building up time from that. It leads to being monetized. So yes, it's a big win no matter what. Okay, that is loose. So this I'm just going to leave alone. I will solder that on there better. That's actually pretty good. I will replace this coil sleeve when I do a full rebuild on this. Hopefully the next square reel will have everything good on it. Let's just take these all out. Makes it easier to work on them if I take them all out. And let's do this one. And make sure you guys can see. That's cool. That's awesome, man. First Twitch pay. I need to turn this off my screen. I can only see like the last comment. There we go. That's awesome, man. See, it took me a couple years to get monetized on YouTube. So it's just like everything that I put on there is content. And if somebody sees you got like 1,000 videos on there, they're like, wow, this guy must be good at what he does or something. And then they go and just check out all your stuff. Even, little repairs or whatever. Like what I do. There it comes off. Just put all that stuff on there. This one is so nice and clean. You notice how clean this one was compared to the first one? This is your 10,000 score reel. So this doesn't get as much action as your 10s and 100 score reels. These always get the least amount of action. So therefore are usually the cleanest. That is one of the little clips we were missing. We were missing 2 of them. They may be in the bottom of the pinball machine. They may not be. There's another one. Those I always recommend. Plastics in there, Mark. I always recommend take them and go to your local hardware store and pick up spares, because you're gonna lose one, or you're gonna work on a machine that has some that are lost like this. So I highly recommend just go do that. Here, another clean one. Yep, go get yourself extras. And then before you know it, you'll have enough spares of everything. But yeah, go for it. So who's excited for Midwest Gaming Classic starting Friday? This Friday. I know I'm pumped up about it. Yeah, you can. Get the Eclipse. You can get trays of them for all different sizes. And they work universally through a lot of pinball machines. And you notice there's only 4 score reels on this machine, but there's 5 kind of reels. Well, pinball manufacturers realize if they put a dead reel on the front right here, they can use less reels, and it looks like it gives you a higher score when it really doesn't. And these clips are all missing too. So I'm missing 4 clips already. Yeah, Harbor Freight, they have a selection. I don't know if they have these little tiny little micro ones for these clips. I'm not sure. I just go to my Ace Hardware and I buy a handful of, you know, these, this and that, and then I'm done. But lately I've been buying boxes of stuff from Ace Hardware just because the box is cheaper and then I never need to go back to get parts again. Yeah. Okay, that does turn. What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to turn the coil sleeve. If I can turn the coil sleeve, I know this thing never had a thermonuclear meltdown, and the coil is probably good. If I can't turn the sleeve with my fingers, then I know we might have overheated at one time and melted the coil. But if I can turn it with my fingers, I know the coil is probably good because that sleeve usually melts it inside. Yeah, I wonder where they went. Probably somebody maybe was in there and wasn't working on it, or they were just never installed good from the factory and they eventually just fell out. But when I get to the, yeah, these are missing too. So we had one reel with clips on it. That is crazy. As you can see, they probably weren't really needed to begin with because they stayed together, but I like to put stuff, look how dirty that is. The difference. Thousands, the 10,000 reel versus the hundreds reel. Look at the difference in clean. This was the hundreds reel, and this was the 10,000s reel. See just the difference? Nasty. Crazy. Those later on, I'll put in a ultrasonic cleaner, clean them up. Maybe in a black hole, they could have. And we got broken wires on here. I'll have to see where this one went. It went onto the exact same tab, so I want it right there. So what I will do is fire up my soldering iron right away and fix that instantly. That I will fix right away. Let me get this. I use these new Velcro twist ties for my stuff. Anyway, I never lose the twist tie anymore. I just twist tie the cord to itself, and I can use it that way. All right, solder. I'm gonna fix this one too, and we will fix this one. The reason why I know this one goes here because every other one has the exact same wire on it in the same spot except for this one, because that's the first reel. So it goes to the second reel, and a daisy chains to the third reel, and a daisy chains to the fourth reel. Why would it go to the fourth reel though? Oh, to complete the circuit. Duh! Alright, catch you later, Borg Dog. Alright. So, let's see if we can just heat that up. There we go. And this one, it's kind of stranded a little bit. Let's see if we can think that's good. Just want to make sure that that is not touching the end where it shouldn't be touching. Which is a good thing, we got broken wires right away. I kind of like to manhandle all this stuff a little bit, because I want wires to break off on me, because then I know they won't break off when the customer owns the game. And we have no more broken wires. Alright, these are good. So let's take these. And we'll kind of just stick them well, let's just do this. We're going to be taking other stuff apart, so we'll just leave it. It can stay. This is all my good stuff right here. That goes with that. That goes with that. Now let's get on to this. Let's see. Match unit. Ah, look at that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Broken wire. Why? Why do we have a broken wire? I'm glad I didn't pay a lot for this machine. Here. Broken wire city, huh? That is crazy. Any more broken wires? No? Alright. No more broken wires. And we're working good. Alright, let's bring you in on that. The match unit. This is another fun mechanical piece here that is requiring a wrench. We're going to take as much of this apart as we can. Is it 3/8 or 7/16? 7/16, I believe. We're going to take apart as much of this as we can today, because this is like I have one more day before MGC. Alright. And that came loose pretty good. Pretty darn good. Now normally with a stepper, I always say to mark the spider, octopus fingers. But this is called a continuous stepper. Therefore this thing just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning, and it doesn't have a rhyme. Yeah. They actually were originally labeled all from the factory. And yeah, and this one says ball count unit here. Well, you can't see it, it's out of frame. That says ball count unit. But the match unit on this game, it's just a free spinning machine. It doesn't have any start or stop point. So it doesn't matter if this is like this or like that. It don't matter, because it's 360 spinning. It doesn't care where it is or isn't. Let's put it that way. So we get a 360 degree spin out of it. And this is the wrong size, isn't it? Yeah, I need one that's bigger. So on a match unit, you don't have to. Should you? Yeah, you probably should. Mark it. But I've done these before, so I know these ones, it don't care. But yeah, yes, you should do that. Because if it screws up, you know you put it back factory together. Match unit, people, you know. Alright, now these two nuts come off, and then there should be two lock washers that we're going to take off, and then ta-da, and then a big, what do you call it, comes out of it. This bushing will sometimes come out of it too. You just put that back in when you're done. This is in very good condition. Good cleanup and it'll be done. Now we'll take this off. This is pretty easy. Again, take pictures. But like I've said, I've done these plenty of times. This unit is the most basic unit out of them all. These I usually don't take pictures. Put it this way because there's really nothing to screw up on it. Unless you haven't rebuilt them. Then yes, you can totally screw them up. And I need some more bins. It's like everything I'm taking apart, I'm needing bins for. Springs. Clip here. Now remember, there's plastic on here, so some things that are plastic, and this is bent. Yeah, it's got a slight bend to it. That is odd. Okay, I don't need to use the tool. It's soft enough metal that I can bend with my hand. But yeah, this actually was, right here was bent backwards a little bit, which I don't understand why. I just popped the spring off the other match unit, the bulk mount unit. Here. I have no idea why this was bent backwards. But we will fix it. So yeah, like I said, I got a little free time. I have to work on this anyways. So why not rebuild it? There we go. Ta-da! That comes out. That's going to need a little attention. And it will clean all that up. This is crunchy. When they're crunchy, I feel we should ohm test them. Let's see what we got here. That could be why we were disconnected. Yeah, the coil's dead. Let's put this where you can see it a little bit better. Okay, you see OL. Now, when I touch it, I should get like 3.7 or something like that. There we go. We're getting 0.2, 0.3. Let me grab another A23-600. I should have them. There we go. Yeah, that's probably why the coil sleeve was out. So I have another A23-600, a used one, but a good one. This one's like new, but it's not. So they're both same coil. So now we know why we have a disconnected coil. See, that says 2.7. That's a working coil. This one We have a 0.2. That's a garbage coil. And listen. Yes, dead coil. It was, yes, it was working way too well. So now we know why we had a disconnected wire on that coil, because it was garbage. That's why. So I probably smoked out, blew a fuse, and then they're like, just cut the wire off of it. Break the wire off, we don't need it. So, as you can see, that sleeve came out of it beautifully. Even though it was garbage, it still came out beautifully. That shows you, just because you can take the sleeve out doesn't mean the coil hasn't melted down. That just totally proved it. I'm going to put up 2 links. Everybody, Daryl is on his way to pick up Star Trek. He just messaged me. So, way to go, Daryl. We got a broken Jones plug here, too, that we got to fix. Jeez. I just noticed this. Right here. Broken Jones plug. I can fix that. You know why? Because I have extra Jones plugs. Is it fixable? Otherwise, yeah, I think I can glue it down, is what I will do. This Jones plug, I will glue it down to the board. I have some special glue. And we'll glue it down. I will fix it and glue it down. But anyways, we're going to get back to this. I have no idea how somebody broke a Jones plug like that, but it's been clearly broke for a while. So they even had some type of piece of paper folded up underneath it. What the hell is this? Pull tabs. I believe those are pull tabs. Are these pull tabs, or is it a ticket? They're all the exact same, like, cut. I don't know. But they're the exact same cut. Weird. Right, garbage? Yeah, I have no idea how people do these things. I get baffled on stuff. I get baffled on how people break things and how people repair some things. The Jones plug, I have a really good glue. I think it's called E6000. And that glue, it's like, it does wonders for gluing stuff back together. So that I will patch that together back the way it was, and then I will glue that down. Man, that was dirty. I will glue that down and see how it holds. I'll take a Jones plug I have that I will use as the replacement and see if I can break it, you know, and if I can't break it, then we'll stick with the glue. If it feels wiggly or whatever right away, I will just replace that whole piece. But I can glue it back to the fiberboard, and it should be okay to where it should last. But like I said, if it feels weak to me, I will just go ahead and replace the whole Jones plug. But yeah, how do you break stuff like that? I don't know. Like I said, stuff people do. And I also want to give a shout out to Barry R. Barry R. I put up a video the other day. It was kind of like an April Fool's joke, and nobody got it, well, except for a few people, because I said everything will be available Saturday. But everybody was like wanting to know how much my games were and everything like that. So I pulled a video and I'm going to put it up on Saturday now. So hopefully people will get it finally. That is clean. It doesn't look clean, but it is. I'll grease and oil stain these things like crazy. But yeah, I think that will glue it back together good. I don't know how the hell you could even break that. Like I said, I'm going to try to glue it, and if the glue doesn't hold, I do have spare ones. But I have a feeling I should just replace it right away and not even bother with it. There it goes. And then this one. Clean out. I kind of feel bad I haven't been streaming on MGC for a while, so that's another reason why I wanted to. Now, that's a text that Daryl is telling me he's on his way to pick up a Star Trek. Daryl from Racine Flippers. If any of you guys are into local tournaments, him and Dave run Racine Flippers. Daryl started it. Dave is now working with him, but Daryl he got it dialed in. He traded the hell was it? Lord of the Rings for a dialed in, and then somebody was over there for a league and went totally crazy because dialed in is like a dream game that this guy's been wanting forever. And Daryl did the trade because he was kind of tired of Lord of the Rings, and he got a dialed in LE for the deal. So anyways, this guy's got a Star Trek LE, and told him I'll do you a trade for the dialed in for the Star Trek, and they're both like at the same value. So Daryl's like, hell yeah! He goes, he always wanted to Star Trek, so he got a Star Trek LE. I like the dialed in. The only thing I didn't like about it was that stupid little guy that keeps going over the playfield. He moves back and forth across the playfield and blocks your shots. That's the only thing I didn't like about it. But otherwise, I love the game. I love the concept. I think it's a great game. It's just that little guy that moves across the playfield kind of pisses you off a little bit. But otherwise, yeah, I love the game. So yeah, he's going to pick up a Star Trek. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, let's clean my hands a little bit. So I want to put some, what do you call it on it? Some grease. And my hands are just filthy. I don't want to apply grease with dirty hands. I'm really leaning to just replacing that. But I'm going to give that glue a chance. The reason why that glue, I just started using it. Dave from Dave's Arcade, Dave Brennan, he told me about the glue, and he says this glue is just friggin' awesome. And I used it to I just did a Skylab, and I used that to glue all the inserts in, and it was just phenomenal. That glue was just great. I just couldn't believe how well it worked. So it takes a long time to set up. It takes a good day to set up, but I think it will totally fix that Jones plug. I believe honestly it will. So like I said, I'm going to give it a shot. I have other Jones plugs that are at exact same length, and then once it's glued and dried, I will go back and forth on it and try to break it. And if it breaks, perfect, I'll replace it. And if it doesn't break, awesome. Then I found another use for this glue. I will show you the glue. This E6000. As you can see, I've used a lot of it, and this stuff is awesome. I do not like the outgassing that this glue does after a while. After you're done gluing things, the smell that gets in your area after you glue, I do not like that. That's the one drawback to the glue I don't like. But otherwise, I like it. It's called E6000. Dave Brennan hooked me up with this stuff, and I love it. It smells like, have you ever cut PVC pipe before? That, like with a Sawzall or something like that? It's got to smell like that for about 24 hours. Yeah, it's got a really weird, funky smell to it. For about 24 hours, you'll smell it. And then it will go away. So, yeah, it's weird. But yeah, it's got a funky smell to it. But it does the job. So, doesn't matter. Yeah, for 24 hours you're going to have this weird smell in your basement or kitchen or wherever you use the glue. But then after that, this glue is just friggin' awesome. Alright, that's enough lube on there, isn't it? Now I gotta wipe it all off. Oh, why did I turn that off? That's what we do with the lube. Put it on there and wipe it all off. I just want that thin layer of protection on it. That's all I want. Is that very ultra thin layer. Melted PVC plastic smell. Yes. That's exactly what it smells like. It's got that funky, weird, just, gross, weird smell. But, like I said, it's awesome glue. Now we're going to take the fingers. We'll start with this little one. Like I said, I like to hold these, put pressure on with my finger, on the finger, to clean them. This way I'm not pushing on them and I can't bend them. And that's how I clean the fingers. Because you won't bend it if you hold the pressure with your finger. But that glue, yeah, that glue is awesome. It's a funky smell, yes. Good glue, yes. These all need a good cleaning, because this is what gets your contact for all those points. So this thing really never had bonus working on it. Back to the beginning. Alright, this we will need to clean right here. Is that bent straight enough now? Like I said, this was bent in the mechanism, and I don't know how the hell it got bent in there. Yes, and Jones plug is kind of like a wood fabric almost. It's like a fiberboard, so it's kind of like a fabric leather wood, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like all three of those together. So that's why I think for bonding that board thing that's on the Jones plug, I think it will be ideal for that. And as you can see for the, hey Turbo, what's up? What's up, Ryan? See you in a couple days. Unless you're not going to be there on Friday. I'll be there every day, you know that though. But yeah, that's some good glue. See if that works. There we go. Look at that. That is so cool. Where did I put that now? There it goes. Yeah, I don't know. The way that these are broke, I think for me it will be easier since I got this out like that. I think it will be easier for me to not have them plugged in. But yeah, once I get it glued, I think if I plug it in, it may hold it in place better as the glue dries. I just got to find my box of Jones plugs. I know where it is, it's just finding it is the other thing. I just oiled this, or the super glued pen oil I use for these because it's like a riveted piece and you can't get anything behind it. So that's kind of like what I use that for. Q-tip. Why do I keep putting these back? So I have another project here that I'll be working on eventually. I might be slam tilting. It's a Williams Blastoff. It's a customer game I will be working on, which will come up in the future. So you might see some your pinball progress videos on it. I don't know if any of you guys watch those or find them interesting. I know they're working out great for me with the customers. One, they like them. Two, I don't have to text them a bunch of video files. I can just post them up and let them go home and look at them on Wi-Fi or whatever. And then I think other people find them interesting too. It's kind of like behind the scenes what I'm doing on the sides. There. There, it's clean. Alright, oh, another one to clean. Dun, dun, dun. Another one to clean up. Dun, dun, dun. So, yeah, I think those pinball progress videos, I think people liked them. People have been watching them. And then I also been making a lot of shorts lately. Sometimes with the pinball progress. yeah, I am so pumped about MGC. 5 new games are going to be there. It's be crazy going there. It'll be so much fun hanging out with my peeps and stuff. Yeah, it is like a labor of love. Alright, why am I keep putting stuff away? I clean and then I put stuff away. Why don't I just clean everything at once? Again, all these springs clean. This I need to clean with a Q-tip again. But yeah, I think that glue is going to hold. I'm going to put money on it. I'm going to put my own money on it though. Alright, and then a Q-tip again. So people are watching, awesome. I'm glad people are finding this interesting enough. I guess it's better than me vegging out or watching Return to Amish or something like that. Which that season just started. I find it interesting. It kind of almost feels staged to me sometimes. You know, some of it is. But I don't know, it's an interesting show. Alright, let's get this back together. Oh, and I got a spare washer. Wonder what that was for. Oh, here we go. The lock washer goes on there. And we need a file. Forgot we need a file too. Yes, 12 people are riveted to my Q-tip. Now there's 9. I scared them away. They're like, damn, I'm watching the dude play with a Q-tip. I have to clean these 2 pieces off. This is in good shape yet, except it's a little sharp. If this was going into commercial use, I would put a new coil step on here. But since it's going into home use, I won't. I don't feel it's that bad. But the plunger I want to fix. I feel the plunger could use a little attention. It's got no bevel to it. It's got kind of like right at that use of damaging 2 parts. As I'm doing this, I'm also spinning it at the same time. So I am putting a bevel on it. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. No, the plunger does not have a rubber tip on it. Yeah, it looks perfect now. It's got a little bevel to it and it's smooth. And they call me Dr. Love. That is, like I said, if it was going into a commercial service, that would definitely get replaced. But for home use, I think it will be perfect. I don't think we're going to have any issues with home use on that. I have no idea who that is. Spam. I love the old telephone sound noise. Should see when my wife calls me. I have the Geico most annoying ringtone on my phone. So when my wife calls me, I know it's always her. Yes, it's old style telephone, exactly. Settings. Sounds. How do I do that though? Favorites. Ringtone. So yeah, that's my ringtone for my wife when she calls me. So yeah, that's like that was the Geico's most annoying ringtone commercial that it was on a long time ago. But yeah, that's, I don't know why. The commercial was awesome. And they had it where you could download it. So I downloaded it. And I'm like, she hated that or something. But it was such a catchy tune. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to download that. And that's going to be your ringtone from now on my phone. Oh, that doesn't get oil or grease. And she's like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's going to be that's your ringtone now. Yeah, and that's her ringtone. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-dong. Ding-a-ding. It rings at 10 hertz. I love that ringtone, though. That old telephone ring. I love that. That is just so classic, and it's warm. It's like a warm sound to me. Okay. Alright, that's good there. Let's get the clip in there. I love that Geico ring. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-dong. Ding-a-dong-ding-ding-dong. Ding-a-ding-ding-ding-dong. Ring-a-dong-ding-ding-dong. So yeah, that's been her ringtone forever. So if you're out about anywhere and you hear that ringtone, it's probably me. That goes there. Like I said, since this is a continuous, it doesn't matter if I put it in this way or this way. It can only go in two ways. Doesn't matter if it's upside down or right side up. This doesn't care because it's a continuous stepper. Now if it wasn't a continuous stepper, yes, you need to put it right back, exact same spot. It needs to be in that spot. And none of this lines up. These are not lining up good. So therefore, I'm going to show you how to, when these pads don't line up, let's get in as tight as we can. As you can see, like right here, this pad actually needs to be back just a little bit further from where it's resting. There. It's not resting in a right spot like where I want it to. So we're gonna loosen these two screws. I don't really recommend doing this. However, sometimes this needs to be done. Alright, now I can take this board. I can actually turn this board. I can give it a little turn. Hopefully keep it in the exact same spot where I want it to be. And tighten it back down. And there, our match unit is on the spots resting where we want it to be on all the spots now. Yeah. Now they're going on every spot. They're landing really good now. And then if there's one that's just a little cockeyed, you can adjust that one. But if 11 of the 12 are in the correct spots and one is off, adjust that one. Don't do what I just did. This is totally jacked up here. There. Now I gotta tweak that one. It was bent crooked. Now I have no pressure on it since I bent it. Those are all going good now. All these point contacts are kind of like hemispherical. They're like a half of a circle. And they need to ride kind of like in that half circle. And that one was kind of riding more on its edge. That's why I bent it. Alright, that is good. And beyond, yes, what's his toes? It's on a Wednesday. Just because this game might be sold. It might not be sold. But either way, it's going to get sold someday. And if I tell this guy, hey, I just started working on this machine, maybe he'll, what do you call it, decide if he wants to do the trade or not. Oh, come on. Jeez. So yeah, maybe he'll want to do the trade. Get this trade going. Or I keep getting people saying, you know, hey, you got any games that are for sale right now? I'm like, no, but I got some projects that are I can start if you want to buy one. Well, I want one right now, so either way, if I don't trade with this guy, I will have a machine that's working that I can sell. That's the other thing. Plus, yes, I will be there. I will be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So now, I will have a game that's for sale. I can't really work on the customer game I have right now. Well, I can, but I've neglected MGC a little bit too much with my busy life. And I'm like, well, let's stream this real quick. You know, get some streaming on this. And then it will be good for MGC on an odd day that people are here. Now we got a working coil instead of this burnt crusty one. And we did ohm test this one. The sleeve came out of it like butter. I mean, here's the sleeve. And that's, you know, it came out that easy. Just like that. And so these I do not throw out. These I throw in a scrap pile. This is a lot of copper right here. That's an awful lot of copper. That will go there. And now we will get to this one. It's like, damn, Mark, you're working on a lot of crap today. I'm like, yeah, well, I kind of need to get going. 1, 2, 3. Well, this one definitely needs to be rebuilt. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, this one we have to mark. We have to mark the top. Oh, wow, is this one dirty. This one is, woof. I will take this off right away so you guys can see how this is. What day are you going to be at MGC? Let's put it that way. I know what day I'm going to be there. What day are you going to be there? Like I said, I will be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The ultra cool people get to be there Thursday. Those are the people that are in the background. The few select that get to bring games. Or the people that are setting up stuff like Marco and Stern and all the other good people that are setting things up. So I will be there getting my games up, and I'll probably try to help people. Look at that. That is dirty. Wow. Oh, that's a layer of grease. Ew. Look at it. There. That's some type of grease that's on there. That's why I wipe my stuff off. You'll be there Friday through Sunday. Okay. I do not know about that game. I do not know. And yes, I would say it's a Dan question. Good luck on that. Good luck on getting a hold of Dan. Right now, he's a busy man. I see him briefly at MGC, and I get a couple words in with him. And then usually somebody's like, Dan, I need you for this, or so. I stick my screwdriver in here to keep the middle from turning so I can unloosen a nut on the other side. And this is probably where I should take my camera again. Yes, we're getting a 2-4 special on rebuilding today. Alright. I will take my camera and take pictures of that. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask. You know, you're better safe than sorry, because I might know something, you know. I still take a picture of that, even though I probably got 72 on my phone of that. Thirsty. I figure I'll go do a marathon build on all this stuff, and then what do you call it? I can upload it, and then next time when I come back, I can do a rebuild on a lot of the things. How many spins are we gonna get out of this? 3, 1, 2, 3. It had the correct amount of spins, so it shouldn't have been gummy as it was. It shouldn't have been as gummy as it was. Now this needs to kind of come off, but it doesn't. So I'll loosen this screw here. This screw I will pull all the way out. Take this, flip it up out of my way, and put this screw back in to keep it up out of my way. This I will take out the E-clip. Take the spring off. But yeah, you never know what will be at MGC. That's what's cool about it. You never do know. I would contact that company. Maybe they will be there. I don't know. Kind of, I feel like Ozzy Osbourne. Don't ask me, I don't know. But yeah, I wish I knew more of what's going on this year. I knew a lot last year. This year I feel like the video game, I don't know jack. That's how I kind of feel this year. Greasy. Greasy, that's weird. Doesn't feel like WD-40 though. Feels like some other type of lubricant. Yeah, well these are, I didn't do anything with these coils. These are like factory. These are just whatever was on there. They're clean. You know, it's crazy how clean these are compared to how everything else was. gonna naphtha. I'm gonna naphtha that real good. That's, I don't know, it's like it feels like a silicone or something. But yeah, it looked dirty, but it was functional, kinda. You know what I mean? It just looked like uber tarnished. Uber tarnished. It's weird. Yeah, the contact points are dirty, but I think they would have still actually worked because I can see a thin trace of where it's been scrubbing on them. They're dirty, but they've been scrubbing enough to work a little bit. But as you can see, when I took this apart, before I took it apart, it wasn't doing what it needed to do. So therefore, everything else was gummy. But that grease was not sticky, though. It was fully 100% fluid. It was, this is too dirty now. They were perfectly fluid and had good movement to them. But everything else was just, it's sticky. I don't know what is sticky in this. I ordered a new bottle because opening and closing it so much has actually been destroying the rubber, what do you call it? The squeezy tip thing. It's just, I've been noticing, like when I would squirt it, get near to the bottom, and I'd squirt some stuff on the paper towel, I'd see these little black chunks on it. I was wondering, what the hell is that? And then I looked at it really good in the bottom of the jar, and I'm like, why are all these little black chunks in there? And then I noticed that the tip was falling apart. So I've had that bottle for a few years now, I think. And they're just starting to fall apart. So I use that like crazy, though. So thanks, Mike, for giving me those. Mike's the guy I work with. You'll see him at MGC. He's the dude with the beard and mustache. So when you see Mike, say hi. There'll be that one guy around with the beard and mustache, so say hi to Mike. See, Mark told me your name's Mike. He'll be with another guy. I don't know what the guy looks like. But so, if you see any guy with a beard and mustache with some other guy, just say hi, Mike. And they won't look at you crazy. Or they'll say, how do you know my name's Mike? And then you know it's the Mike I know. But yeah, these coils are just like stupid clean. It's crazy. These look like they've been replaced at one time, but they haven't. I got a Q-tip to clean out the center of those two pieces. No, those extra wires that are all balled up there go to the credit unit. You know, the big credit wheel. Every time you put a quarter in it, it would advance one up. And then when you hit the start button, it would advance down. That's what those all went to. So tomorrow, I might be back on to finish this. No guarantees. But yeah, if I can take my lazy butt tonight and clean up those 4 score reels. And then like as soon as I get done, fire up my ultrasonic cleaner and clean the score reel parts. I could possibly be here tomorrow night to put this back together, but I have no guarantees on that whatsoever, just because I don't know how beat I'm going to be tomorrow. I'm moving 4 games. I'm taking 3 to MGC and bringing 1 back right away, another customer game. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to feel like putting this together, you know, the score reels back together or not. We will find out. But it'd be cool if I am, and if I'm not. Alright. So we got all that. Let's do this a little wider. Get some new sleeves. We're gonna, might as well flip this over. But yeah, all the extra wires are over on this side, right here. You can kind of see them a little bit right there. There was a whole credit wheel assembly right here. There should be a big assembly right here, and that's what those all were attached to. I'm gonna have to see what, I'll look at all of them and see if they should be twisted together or not. I'll have to look at my build on my other Star Action and see what these should be twisted together or not, connected or not. Some of these will allow it to be credited up. The other ones will just send power to it and then back to something else. And the other one will turn on the light on the, what do you call it? The apron. And the other one will tell the machine that it's got credits on. If I didn't just repeat it. Yuck. If I didn't just repeat that. I just breathed some of this crap in. It's cleaning up nice, that's for sure. You don't have to clean all the way, like all up and around there. I know a lot of people clean it up that far. I'm just care where it wipes. That's the only spot I care about, is where it's wiping. I'll see people tear these things all apart in pieces. Clean them all up. It'll be all super shiny and crispy clean and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, you just wasted a lot of time cleaning that thing up as good as you did, because none of that area matters for the function. You're making a part very pretty that you're never gonna see. But I understand if you're doing a what do you call it? A restore, yes, then you want to do that. But if you're doing a refurbish like me, you're getting this game to work 100% like factory. That's basically what refurbish is. You're just going through and making it work again. Yeah, just turn it on. It did screw up on me one day. I turned it on and it didn't do anything. And then I kind of like hit it with my hand and then it started working. So, but I use the crap out of that thing. I use a lot. And that was like one time it did that. So, I don't know if the vibration thing wasn't vibrating enough. But yeah, I'm interested in all these wires. Mostly just this one that's here by itself. What does it do? But I know a lot of these will be connected to each other on purpose. So basically, when I take this tape off and they are twisted together, I'm probably just going to leave them together like that. But I really want to find out what this one is. What this one is. A black, looks like with a yellow trace. Really want to find out what that one does. Alright. I don't remember if I cleaned that or not. I need one of you guys to pick out what's the next James Bond movie I'm going to watch, too. I have to get my copies from upstairs so I know which one I want to watch. There, that's clean. Did I clean this? I can't remember. I don't think I did. Let's hand wash it in there. I can't use that. I don't think I have that many more to watch. They keep going to the used video store by me and looking for all the James Bond movies and buying them up as I don't have them. I can look at my phone though. I have them on my phone. All the movies I do have. I could just do that while I got an audience still. Let's look at my phone and see what movies I have. James Bond movies. Okay. The Spy Who Loved Me. The Man with the Golden Gun. Live and Let Die. Which one of those movies should I watch? Live and Let Die, The Man with the Golden Gun, or The Spy Who Loved Me. You guys pick one. And that's the movie I'll watch tonight. I don't know why I've been really into James Bond movies lately. I got almost all of them now. I just love James Bond movies. Don't know why. I got all the brand new ones. I got those all on Blu-ray. I do love the Pierce Brosnan ones. I wish he would have did more. And also Timothy Dalton. I wish both of those guys would have did more movies. They both were good Bonds. I do like all the Bonds, but I wish they would have did a couple more. Okay, Live and Let Die is what I'm going to watch then. And what's up? How you been doing? Alright. That. That's all cleaned off. That's all cleaned. Let's put a little lubrication on that. Get these in there where they belong. Oh, my hands. I have to put some junk on my hands too. I'm only lubing the metal parts. Metal to metal. This nub right here rests in here. That's why it's like that. It keeps it from over spinning backwards. If that makes any sense, I will show you what I mean. That nub, it stops right there. It can't go any further. That's the rest. If you notice, this lines up with this. So that nub, it goes right into this. It hits that. And that is your rest right there. Well, we got that. We can take this, put this back under there. Tighten that back down. That will keep those two together, and I won't have to worry about that one getting in any weird spots. And this, you don't need a He-Man down either. Yes, Timothy Dalton was a great actor. Or is a great actor. I don't know if he does anything anymore. I just watched Flash Gordon last night. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, he was in that movie. Yeah. Yes, he was. Prince something. I can't remember what. He was a tree prince or something. He wore like a green suit. He ended up hooking up with Ming's daughter at the end of the movie. Okay. Flash Gordon, I love that movie. I seen it when I was a child. When I was a little kid, I remember seeing that in the theater. That's how old I am. I remember coming home and showing my friends how to do karate. Freaking them out. Because I learned karate from watching that movie. Because all the kicking and stuff he did, he was like, yow, 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 yow. You're all like scared of me. Alright. That is like that. This. I do like putting just a little bit of lube on the back right here where it touches the metal, right here where it touches the metal, and then where something's going to rest on it there. Like that. And this is in your way. That will be like that. Same with this. That goes like that. Let's get this coil on. Live and let die. I love that song too. I've seen Paul McCartney in concert a couple times, and the performance of that he does is just phenomenal with all the fireworks and stuff. He was up in Green Bay at the Packer Stadium, Lambeau Field, and the heat that just came off that. I was in like the 30th row or something like that. I was almost close enough to scare him. But anyways, the pyrotechnics of Live and Let Die, it was just phenomenal. So yeah, I'm excited to watch that movie. I gotta oil this too. Did we clean that? I don't think we cleaned that. We will clean it then. We cleaned the last one. Can you see what I'm doing? It doesn't pay for me to do this if you guys can't see what I'm doing. That's a pressed fitting. As I've said many a times before, you can't get in there to clean it. So that's when I slather it with naphtha. I usually try doing this right away. flick it around like this. Get that all out and dry. Okay, that's good. Now I will take my super lube and a pen. Well, it's not really a pen, but it's kind of like a pen. This is more like oil. I put that around it so it can get behind it. Notice the sound changed, because now it's lubricated. There we go. It's got like a smoother sound to it. Now I take that and I wipe the excess off, because it doesn't need to be on there. Here. You were young and your heart was an open book. You used to say live and let live. I like the Guns N' Roses version too, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie on that. Let's get this out of there. I need to move my camera. But yeah, Timothy Dalton, he was a great Bond. I think he only did 2 movies. I think there was some contract dispute with other studios or something like that. It's something I heard, but I believe he only did 2. I believe he was a great Bond. Now, Mark, how do you know where to put all this stuff? Well, I've just been doing it for so long. I just know. Plus I took a picture. But no, I didn't even look at the picture. That's it. No leftover pieces. Are we gonna step? Well, I knew I missed something. How many twists? 3? 1. Oh, let me get that out of there. You're like all wound up around the top. Get. You're like off the spring. There's a washer that goes above this to keep that in line. There we go. Alright. So that'd be 1, 2. If I would do it the right way. Alright. 1, 2, 3. There. Let's loosen this up a little bit. Yeah, we're still not. What is up? We need one last turn. Let's try one last turn. Sometimes that is the magic. No. I just did it backwards in front of you guys. Let's see if I did. Okay. Three. You are not playing good. Feels like just something's binding. That's exactly what it feels like, and it's not this. One last spin. Are we going down good? We're going down good. So let's take this. Oh, there we go. Legal issues between MGN and EON delayed another sequel for 6 years. That's what it was. And we overwhelmed it. And that's why Timothy Dalton didn't make that many Bond movies, which is a shame. Why are we still binding? I don't get it. It just feels like something is... Let me look at it this way. It kind of feels like something is binding. For some odd reason. Okay, we will take this. We'll move the spring to a different spot. We can do that too. The spring can come out and get hooked in a different spot. I think that is bent. That looks bent to me. You know, feels like it's scraping. And that would make sense if that one was bent. Maybe this right here looks like it's scraping. And it does have a little slight bend to it. And we'll have to fix that. we still got it's got a little bend to it. This thing is driving me nuts. Okay. I think we need a little lube on the back of these fingers. It's like it's like binding somewhere, like back here or something. I've never had this problem before on a stepper. They usually work right away. Going down good. I need to tighten this back up like it should be. That is like that. We got enough room back there. I can see that. Let's do one last turn. This is really messing with my brain. This is messing with it pretty bad. The wheel should spin back by itself. And something is keeping it from spinning back. So it's not the mech. It's something else. So if I open this up, it almost feels like there's just too much tension on all these fingers. Oh, this one, yes. That's what it is. Wow, okay. Alright, we figured that out. The, one of the fingers on the back here has way too much tension on it. Way too much tension. And that is causing the stepper to do things it shouldn't be doing. All right. Let's do two. There we go. Look at that. That was it. This finger right here had so much tension on it. It was wedging the whole back. These should have a little, this one here is tight too. They should have some tension on them, but this was kind of ridiculous how much it had. Still like a lot on this one too. This one's got a lot too. These are all like super over tensioned. This one's horrible too. I don't get that. I've never like seen this before, where these are all like super. Oh, like how that is real bad too. These all got way too much tension on them. All right. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game over. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game over. I got one finger that needed to be tweaked. 2. Okay, that was very interesting, everybody. We had that one finger that, well, we had the octopus on the back. See if I can explain that a little bit better. The fingers on the back, here's the wafer board thing. They're like this, and then the fingers go like that and touch all the points. Well, they should just, very lightly touch it. They should just very lightly touch it so they can spin easy. These ones, let's say they were like this, and then when I tighten it down, they went like that, and they were pushing on it so hard, when you would turn it, they were sticking. Because they were more like this and then they went like that. The ideal need to be spread out like that, and then when you tighten it down, they just snug a little bit, and then that's it. So they have enough tension to stick down, but they're not trying to pull back away like this. So that's what was causing the fingers to bind. And every time I would advance it, these had so much pressure on that board, it didn't want to turn because it was holding it tight. And I just couldn't figure that out until I'm like, okay, there's nothing wrong. It did have a little bend to it, but that really wasn't enough to keep it from working. But as you can see now, we are fully smooth. So that bend probably had just a little bit of something to do with the problem. Do I think so? Yes, it had a little bit because it was scraping on the metal there. Would it overpass it once I straighten out these fingers? Yes, I think once I straighten out these fingers, that little bit of scraping that was on there wouldn't have mattered. I don't think it would have been any noticeable or anything like that. Oh yeah, I got my Garcade shirt on. If you're in Menominee Falls or southeastern Wisconsin, please check out the Garcade. Also, the Garcade will have its own arcade at MGC. So stop in and tell Gar, Mark from Mark's Basement Arcade told you to say hi to him. Damn, that's a beautiful thing of art when they work. It's just beautiful. When these things, you take them apart, rebuild them, put them back together, and they work that smooth and flawlessly. That is like sexy mechanical function. I don't care. It is kind of sexy how that just does its job. It's a beautiful thing. That's probably why I like working on these. You get one fixed up and it's just like beautiful how it does its job. One thing left for me to do is to clean all that stuff. We got this back together, so. I can get my buzzer out and clean these contacts over here. I can turn off the soldering iron, don't need that anymore. I will have to go on to the EM groups and see if somebody will be a buddy and send me pictures of their credit unit stepper wiring. I don't want to hook one up, but I just want to see what all the wires do. And that's that. Alright, I think I am done for today. That was fun. Okay. Get out of my way. Do. Oh yeah, did you notice that? That's mine. I don't know if that was in any of the other videos. I can't remember. Probably it should have. That's my last action hero. I am waiting for the boards to get rebuilt on it. I'm not a board person. I can be bored, but I'm not a board person. So how long have we been streaming? 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna get this junk out of my way and I'm gonna glue these off because I have a feeling there's gonna be some colorful words being said as I try to readjust these. And one of the Jones plugs is bent, so I'm thinking that's how it got broke. It looks like somebody tried mashing it on there and snapped it. So yes, I am going to have to straighten 2 of these out and then put it back together and glue it. And it will work. Trust me, it will work. And with that, I don't know when I'm going to be back. I'm going to try to be back Thursday night. I will be on and off. Thursday I'll probably do a little bit of a update at MGC to let you see kind of like a little bit behind the room. Blah blah. A little bit behind the scenes. Let me put a link up for that. Playlists. There. Click on that playlist and bookmark it or whatever. So that is where I am going to put all the MGC updates I do. Yes, that's the right one. When I go and record shorts, they will be there and in my shorts playlist. Any videos I upload will go to that playlist, but if you are subscribed, you will see them. And if not, there's a link to subscribe. So that's will be my updates to MGC. Like I said, go to the arcade, say hi to Gar, tell him Mark's Basement Arcade sent you. Play some games. He's bringing actually a really cool selection of games. He's got a couple new ones. He's bringing Stranger Things. I've seen Cactus Canyon. He's bringing, I don't know what else. I think Robotron he was bringing. So he is a pinball and video arcade. So I think it's $25 to get in. I believe it's 25 or 20 or 25 to get in. You play all day. Get there in the morning as soon as they open. Get your wristband, play as long as you want, be hungry, go down to several restaurants in the area, eat, come back, show them your wristband, and you can go play longer. So yeah, you can come in and out all night with your wristband. Great deal. He's got a ton of games in there. It is huge. And if you went to the arcades in the 80s when they were just the most popular, once you walk in there, you will you will come right back to the 80s. Trust me, it is. I love it when I go in there and you just get that smell of the electric game smell in the air. It's a beautiful thing. So anyways, I guess that's about it. I'm not going to sing my I'll be back Sunday at 2, but let me see, when will I be back? We're going to watch Live and Let Die today. Ugh. So, I'll be back Sunday the 16th at 2. And I'll have more pinball ideas for you. And you'll have things you want to talk about. And I will too. Take care, everybody. See you at the Midwest Gaming Classic, March 31st through April 2nd, 2023. Look for me. I'll be the good-looking guy with the Mark's Basement Blue Arcade shirt. Say hi. Take care, everybody. And have fun. And thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subbing to Midwest Gaming Classic. And famous last words, thumbs up, like, subscribe, follow, everything. Later.